Our next guest was one of the first who agreed to be on this show, and so he joins us this morning. The governor of the Boston Celtics, Wyc Grousbeck. Round of applause for Wyc, please, everybody. Wyc, good morning.
Yo, man. How are you?
How are you?
Well, you make it sound like a big surprise I agreed to go on the air. I'm not exactly publicity shy, but you guys have always been the best.
Well, we appreciate always the support that you've given this show and you gave us on the old show. And certainly I think it must be, I'm sure for you, the sadness that existed with kind of what's going to go on over the next few years here must be comforting. You must enjoy the fact that the people at some point are going to miss you.
I don't even really focus on that too much. I'm being straightforward about it. I'm on such a roll from winning and the way we won in 24. I think this team was really, really special.
Yeah.
And of all the teams that I've been a part of for 22 years, this one is just extraordinary. It took a long time to build it up, and we hung in there, and the guys got it done.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how are you over when you had that parade and the city showed up arguably never before? Are you over that yet, or do you still think about it all the time?
I think you mean 2008. I'm not even over 2008 yet. I'm not. I'm not kidding. People ask me all the time, is it wearing off? I'm like, it hasn't worn off from 08. That's the way I'm wired. I'm so happy that we got it done twice, and we're looking for more.
Do you find it as odd as we do that Steve Kerr is not playing Jason Tatum in these Olympics?
I wouldn't play Steve Kerr, let me put it that way, if I was putting the staff together. I was like, what's going on? It's a mystery. It's a complete mystery. And, I think Jason doesn't deserve anything but praise, kudos, and playing time. I think he and Jalen led us to this unbelievable championship, and they're not apparently helping out the Olympic team. They're not able to be helpful in the Olympic team, and just leave it at that. It's mystifying.
Yeah, it is mystifying. Although I guess Courtney brought this up during her lead. Maybe it's something, and I'm sure you're hoping for this too. It's something that those guys can use as they get ready for this upcoming season from a chip on the shoulder perspective.
Exactly, and I was on that duck boat with Jason, and Amelia and I were up there, and he's wearing a shirt that says, what is it? Don't stop disbelieving. That was his, motto even in the parade. It's like, how do you like me now? And hopefully this is fuel. The schedule's going to come out in like 5 or 6 days, and we're going to see who we play opening night when we get our rings and put the banner up, and it's going to be on. Let me tell you, they're going to be coming after us.
Wyc, we've been so surprised, though, by the disrespect that people have shown this team almost immediately after the parade, whether it was they had an easy road to the championship, then Jalen not getting the nod to Paris, and now Jason not playing. It feels like a disrespect I've never seen before and something that I don't understand. Do the players feel that? Does Joe Mazzulla feel that? Are they ready to just absolutely rip everybody's heads off?
Well, I'm going to see all that crew, just about, a lot of them this weekend, because Peyton Pritchard's getting married on the Cape. So we're kind of going to reconvene, a lot of us down there, and probably talk about this. Here's what I think, though. In the aftermath of the win, what's really happened is people have been putting this team into perspective and looking historically at the record of 80-21, which was the total all-in record for the year, and beating people by double digits and beating Dallas by, I think, 3-10 by like 16 or 16 points, was it? Here's our playoff run: 4-1, 4-1, 4-0, 4-1. Nobody has anything to say about that. We won 16-3 in the playoffs, and we won the championship. And this team's going down in history. It has gone down in history, and that's how it'll be remembered.
Speaking of Peyton Pritchard's wedding, I'm assuming that the trophy will be there. Where's the weirdest place that it's been that you know about?
This one so far, all I know is I gave it to Joe Mazzulla for 2 days, and it came back with dents in it. So I don't know what he was doing with it. There are a couple of dents on the trophy. I don't know what happened, what Joe decided. He did some, taekwondo with it or whatever he does, but he's hilarious. If he were coaching the Olympic team, it'd be a different story. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah.
For the better.
Yeah.
But I do know the last trophy was at the bottom of a pool on the vineyard because Ray Allen got married, and there was the trophy at 2 a.m. in the bottom of the pool, on the bottom of the pool. So this one still probably hasn't happened yet, but the night is young. We'll see what happens over the weekend.
Wyc, you said how this has been a long time coming in the championship, and you're not still over the high of '08 and building this team. I just marvel at I think the reason why it has been so successful is that you and your group have put basketball and winning above all else, despite the people that have come and gone. Is there a decision, whether it's Brad in his current job after Danny left, or Joe Mazzulla to remain as the head coach, or whatever? Is there a singular moment that you look back to, or is it just everything built on each other that allowed you to get this second dominating championship?
Well, thanks for the question. The two decisions you mentioned were two decisions I had to make over the last few years that went well, obviously, to say the least. But clearly, some decisions work and some don't, and you have to be humble and you have to realize other people helped all the way along. But those two decisions, looking at Brad across the table, saying who are we going to hire for GM to be in between us as lead owner and then coach, you need a GM between us as a partner. I looked at the list with him, and I didn't really see anybody on the list that I knew well enough or that I felt could be that partner. I just kind of didn't like the list. Then I looked at him and said, I think it might be you. Let's talk about it in the morning. Give me your thoughts in the morning. And he came in the morning. He goes, all right, I'm up for it. I mean, that's how that happened, and I think that was a pivotal moment. And then Joe, hanging in with Joe after a good year with a great record, but number one record in the league, but then a loss in the playoffs, hanging in there. He hanging in with us, and we hanging in with him, or however you say it. Yeah, those are two key things. But let's not lose sight of the players. All 15 of them bonded together. They put the team above themselves in every single case, and we, kicked ass and took names.
You told us early on in the season, last season, that there were cameras rolling, and now I guess April is when we will see all of this, and what a season to do it. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that worked out great, didn't it? Yeah, those it's the HBO cameras. It's a really high quality group. A couple of great co-directors. I mean, just terrific people, and I can't wait to see it. It's going to be obviously we know the ending,
Yeah.
but it's a good ending. So we didn't really spoil it for anybody. I can't wait. It's going to be great. And in fact, I went out to see Kuzi the other day, and there they were. And we did not do it as a media event, but then they heard about it, and came out, and Bob Cousy's the best, and I mean they really are taking I think it's going to be a great look at the Celtics, and it's not just us. It's all the way back to the greats that built the team and set the standard that we're just trying to live up to in our own very average way.
And Bob Cousy's going to be there, I think, opening night when the banner goes up.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. He's 96 now, and God love him. He's an absolute inspiration and the best. And if he can't make it to that game, we'll go to him. But really proud to know him and really appreciate everything he does.
Well, speaking of appreciation, I so appreciate the fact that you're an owner in the city who has always come on this program, has always talked to the fans, has always been great to us. So if I could, cheers to Wyc Grousbeck here.
Yep.
Jim Cook just...
Today is the day to cheer. Thank you. But today is the day to celebrate you guys in 5 years and many, many more. And you guys are the gold standard, and really proud to be your friend and also an occasional guest. So thank you. Congratulations.
Well,